Real talk, the metaphor messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, a pothead like the 70s, a different kind of mind. They say we only speak in melodies. Legend in the game, I think I found a solution. Got a crazy kind of flow, I need a verbal institution. Monster on the mic, I feel like hip-hop then adopted me. You pussy niggas shook, you let them turn this to a mockery. I give a fuck about their recognition. I'm trying to spit the fucking truth, somebody get the message. These politics, they overstate the obvious. They shooting like Stoyakovich, it's war on every continent. Deeper than you know, I'm what you hate if you the government. Young black with heart, I put a hex on the establishment. Niggas playing patty cake and I was trying to regulate.
It's a Monday. It's just another manic Monday. How you guys doing on this wonderful Monday? Hopefully well. I am Dead on Dave, and of course, as always, I've got the bad boys of the commentary community, Nerdy John and Matt Pitt. What's going on, boys?
What's up? What's up?
It's just another day. It's another day in copious paradise. You know it. It's all over. The internet is in a beautiful state of harmony. Everybody's agreeing. There's no controversy going on whatsoever in the world.
No, nothing's on fire.
No, we're just here to talk about birds. We're here to talk about birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. We're here to talk about that thing called love. No, all right. So first and foremost, I want to get right to the heart of this because before we get anywhere else, and we'll get to the banter and the hellos and how you doing, and I think you guys are amazing, studly fucking human beings and all that claptrap. But I want to state real quick, I hate deplatforming arguments. I just hate them. I fucking hate them. They drive me nuts because I inherently look at things on social media differently than a lot of people. The way I look at it is when you're making money, especially off the internet, you're essentially on someone else's lawn at all times. You're setting up a thrift store, a fucking table, you got a DJ booth, whatever it is, you're on someone else's lawn at all fucking times. And if you say some wild and out shit in the real world on someone else's lawn, there's a good chance they tell you to get the fuck off their lawn. Same case in work, especially when money and all that stuff gets into the account. And sometimes you'll get backlash for that, or the person getting you off their lawn will get backlash for it. And sometimes they'll get mad props because they did something good and ridded the community of a nuisance. Now, the internet has that, but whenever it happens, there's this gigantic debate on whether it's right and whether the lawn owners, being the fucking Twitters and YouTubes and platform owners who do build these platforms and we use them most of the time not paying anything to, and in some cases getting money to be there, they will just dictate who the fuck they want on their platforms sometimes. Sometimes it makes sense. A lot of the times it makes absolutely no sense because the first argument to always go to is, how can you let them but not them? Or them but them? They can do this, but that's not okay. That's not okay, but that is okay. There's all of those back and forth, and then ultimately it gets to the fucking question of, should there be any of this at all? And is it all overreactionary bullshit? Is it all just jokes? And you can get into that conversation with 99.9% of the fucking situations that are out there. And then there's Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a different type of scenario. I think Andrew Tate is one of these ones that are complicated. And my rationale for that is because there's just a lot of different levels to it. We're going to find out why he got fucking banned. We're going to figure out if it's okay. We're going to figure out anything. I have no idea. What I do know is this guy's a fucking asshole. And I got to be honest with you. I did not know his name. I simply saw his stupid fucking videos on every one of my platforms in different contexts. Some people using his videos for go, oh, this is a fantastic point. Others going, this is the most disgusting man I've ever seen in my life. And it's so weird, the media blitz that he was able to do in a small amount of time. I feel like it's been everywhere the last few months on all my different social media platforms. Found that odd. I didn't know the other day when we were talking about this asshole that was him. I had no idea that was the guy. I really don't know him by name, only by his dumb, stupid fucking face. So,
What? Yeah!
Ooh, you got it. What is that?
Yeah!
$25 by Erica? I love a $25 by Erica. We started off with a nice big fat hat change. I love that. 25 on the fucking Streamlabs. I love when you use the Streamlabs. Erica with the big
Heck
25.
yeah.
I love that. Matt, I'm going to start with you, buddy.
Okay.
Explain to me what you know about Andrew Tate and this situation. I want to start there. We're going to ease in.
In a nutshell, Andrew, do you remember 12 years ago, there was a lot of, what is it called? Shows on VH1 and MTV and stuff like that, reality shows that were like men trying to teach other men how to pick up women. You remember those types? Those type of guys?
Yep.
That's what Andrew Tate is now. He's like a guy who's trying to, quote unquote, help
the man fixers.
Men who are not, men who are not good at picking up the ladies, pick up ladies, and he has a very, quote unquote, misogynistic approach to it. Women are lower than us. Women are. I don't know if he's actually said women are.
He said a lot of things.
So I don't know his exact words when he says but he's obviously has some misogyny.
He's got a lot of things out there. What he seems like to me, and you tell me what you think if I'm right or wrong here. What Andrew Tate seems to like to do is he likes to start a meme, or not even a meme, a viral video with a reasonable or at least somewhat reasonable take, about opening doors and all of that. And that sounds great, right? And then he waits to the last fucking 2 words to add something else in, like, and thus I have responsibility over her. Something about those lines. And that'll start getting people to ask a question. Well, what the fuck does he mean by that? This dude's a provocateur. There's no question in my mind. He is an absolute provocateur, and he uses the relationship and man-woman dynamic paradigm to get people to react. Some people, and because there are good messages within that before he goes to the extremes, people can follow it, and people will then. Right. And then you get that, huh? But what else has he done? Tell me what else we know about Andrew Tate.
Well, yeah, he's so he has a track record. I watched Turkey Tom's video. Allegedly he's abused women before, and it's more questionable whether it was abuse or a fetish. But he's whipped women.
I'm glad you said that one, boy, because I got the video, and let me tell you something, boy, it's hard to watch.
He's done some pretty drastic, crazy things to women. There's also the whole thing that he's been very open about getting his girlfriends to basically do camming in his house, and he basically becomes the cam pimp of them.
Yeah, he pimps.
And that's how he's probably made most of his money.
He's also a successful kickboxer and all that too.
Yeah, so he says, yes. So he says. There is evidence of him in fights. I don't know how great he is. I don't know how good that record actually is.
Fair enough. Yes, I thought he was a champion at some point. I don't know if that's true, though.
Well, I mean, from what I think, Turkey Tom couldn't really confirm if he was a champion or not, but you could say he's definitely knows martial arts. He definitely has kickbox, and he's probably won fights. Absolutely. The main thing when it comes to Andrew Tate now is just he's going on Twitch streams, he's going on YouTube streams, he's doing these guest spots where he pops up and goes on these debates with these big Twitch streamers like Aiden Ross and who's the dude who does a lot of gibberish, who's from Quebec or Montreal or something. XQC.
I don't know
XQC,
yeah. Okay.
So he goes on these streams with him, and he does his little shtick where he's like, men are better than women. We need more power. And he's also doing other based stuff, like red pilled stuff and saying stuff like that. And he's kind of convincing a little bit of the masses, that, hey, this is base, this is cool, stuff like that. But in all reality, he's just being entertaining. Right. And what he is he's a flash in the pan, right? These guys come along every now and then, and they're fun to watch. Mm-hmm. They're entertaining, and then they go away.
Right, they fizzle out. We saw this in the television world in the late 90s and stuff. You want to be rich like me? You want to live on big yacht like Johnny Yim? We've seen these fucking things. Yeah. This is nothing new. And then I'm going to teach you how to be ultimate. You want the bad bitches and all the money and all. These are the same type of fucking thing. Now, this guy does use a little bit more of a provocatory sense, but he also has a tool that a lot of those guys in the past didn't have, 24-hour access. That's a big, big thing. Now, do we know the exact reason why he's being banned? Are they pointing to the videos, the videos, which I gotta say, they're tough to fucking watch. Now, he's defending him after the fact as it depends on which time. Sometimes he's defending him as completely shtick, and sometimes it's consensual kink. I don't know what to believe. It don't look good. Is he getting banned for those videos in particular?
So what I have from this article is the parent company of Facebook and Instagram confirmed to NPR that Tate has been banned from its platform for violating its policies regarding dangerous individuals and organizations and hate speech. So I don't know which specific video that would be.
Right.
I'm sure there's a lot of videos. Someone tweeted out a specific TikTok video on why he was banned. Now, is that confirmed or not? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. So go ahead and scroll down a little bit there, John. And by the way, John, what are your opinions on Andrew Tate? I'd like to get your take on it as well. I know you've been covering it a little bit. What do you think about Andrew Tate, and what do you know?
So I've actually known about Andrew Tate for a couple of years now because he's known for outrage. The first thing he got popular for in the online space was he made jokes about how, well, you see, I'm rich because I'm not a loser who watches stuff like Star Trek or Star Wars, right? Yeah. And people were mad about him for that. My deal is pretty much like the same as Matt. Like the fact that you're giving him so much like influence of we need to ban him or else he'll influence our children.
Kind of playing
like that
the
just
game.
gives him, that gives him more star power.
It does. Now I will say this. Now while I have not known this guy like by his name and all that stuff, I do know I have seen this in my shops. I've seen this with other people that roommates and stuff that I've had. They've shown me videos of this guy, and they take him seriously. Like there is this culture out there, especially in, I don't want to fucking say like poorish areas, but look, I live in New Britain, Connecticut. All right, that's where I live. Pretty much every guy here is a fucking Andrew Tate, and not even joking. They treat women like fucking shit, and like sometimes it's within the joking realms, but they talk to other guys and tell them this is how it has to be in this fucking way. Like the priorities, you get them to really talk about their ideologies, and they'll get into the toxic stuff too that Andrew Tate will talk about, and then they'll turn it into this crazy mess as well. So it's hard because the definition of some of these people are so difficult to pin down. Is he a motivational speaker? Is he a man fixer? Is he a meme lord? Is he a troll? Is he all the above? He doesn't even seem to know sometimes. And the defenses that he's given does make it hard to give him proper defense as you'd like to, as somebody who just doesn't want to see anybody get banned and let everybody say what the fuck they want. Even though I feel that inherently runs contrary to common sense. Nowhere in life can you just say and do whatever the fuck you want. Whether at your family's fucking house, you get kicked out of a table if you get too fucking out of pocket. You're at somebody else's house, you fucking say something too out of pocket there, you might get your fucking face beaten in. It's like, I don't understand why we have this, just because it's the internet, there's this inherent sense that we can just do anything and that'd be for the best. Well, what about everybody else that's around us? We got to think about that sometimes.
It is weird though, because because there is 95% of the stuff he says is like utter garbage, right? And then there's that 5% that's like genuine self-help knowledge.
It'll be common sense. It'll just be common sense shit.
Yeah. There's this clip of him saying, "Oh, I don't care if my son is a gay or not. I just care if he's successful."
Right.
Which is it's like, I mean, good on you, Tate, I guess.
It's like it's comedians and stuff. We've seen this stuff in the past with comedians, and I don't think Andrew Tate classifies himself as such. And we've gotten, and besides, I hate that discussion anyway, because then we have to talk about is Def Noodles a comedian? Well, motherfucker, who cares? It's such a fucking terrible thing to go down. But when you talk about comedians, there's that shield, and sometimes it won't even work. Look at Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart lost the Oscars job because of jokes in an actual comedy set on a comedy special. He lost the job for those jokes. And those were legitimate jokes, in full context. It was in a comedy special. Those were jokes. There's no question about that. And they were ridiculous jokes. And Dave Chappelle did a great job of putting light on that. He said he was going to break a dollhouse over his son's fucking head. It's so ridiculous. Sometimes the ridiculousness should give you that sense of, okay, this can't be true. He's not believing it, tongue in cheek, all that. The problem with Andrew Tate is you never really have that. You don't have that sense. You a lot of his defenses, you almost feel that you give him that same shield. Is that seem to be a lot of the conversation that happens? What is the full context that seems to be happening as far as people feeling since he got banned? Matt?
It's a lot of back and forth between people who are saying it's a slippery slope, and also people saying like this guy's a piece of shit. He's a misogynist. See, something went viral. A teacher on TikTok basically said, "My students are starting to harass the women in their class, and they're saying it's because Andrew Tate is awesome, and they're pointing at the girls and saying they're fat, stuff like that." So that went viral, and then once that started happening, there was like within a week, Andrew Tate's gone off the platform.
Yeah, because elementary school boys have never called girls fat before.
Right. And the funny thing is too, it's when a good joke will get told on Playground, it's usually from hearing it from a comedian or another source or a television show. I remember as a kid, I couldn't wait to go to school the next day if I heard something cool on TV and fucking try it out or come up with my own material or something like that. It's fantastic. It's where you're supposed to put it. So I don't know. I feel that's strange, but when you start getting the blame, of course, it's hard to tell if that's genuine or just being used against him. But it just furthers into the argument. And I never feel good about bannings. I just don't. Even in this case where he's just an absolute piece of shit, I hate bannings. However, I did see a couple things that I found interesting. I do want to watch a couple of these clips here in a moment as well. And I want to get everybody in here who has an opinion. I want to talk about this. Keep this conversation going. I want to get different angles, different thoughts. Come on in. This is a great night for it. Saw Leon Lush post something earlier. Leon Lush doesn't have any sympathy for him, and I don't either. That's another thing, too. I don't really have sympathy. I might have a little empathy as a creator and all that stuff, but he's got tweets where he said, even if I lose my fucking YouTube channel tomorrow, I'm still a multimillionaire fucking kickboxer. Who cares? Okay.
And
I find that interesting. Go ahead.
Another important thing to add to the context of that is Andrew's made fun of Leon's wife, which I mean, you can argue it's Leon's own fault for having a co-channel with her, but I digress. I don't blame him.
She's game. She's game.
Yeah. She's game. So,
I wanted to point out one thing that's pretty major here, and it's the big reason why the detractors they have a big voice in this situation, is because Andrew Tate was arrested. Or he was he moved to Romania, and it was searched in relation to a human trafficking and rape investigation. And the U.S. Embassy had previously alerted Romanian police that an American woman might be held at the property. The raid resulted in the recovery of an American woman and a Romanian woman. As of April 2022, Romanian authorities said that the investigation was still ongoing. A U.S. State Department spokesperson referred to the reported abduction, but declined to comment further, citing privacy considerations. Tate denies any wrongdoing. Tate says, look, these girls got pissed off at me. They were working for me. They got pissed off at me. My brother was fucking one of them, and then the boyfriend found out, and she called the boyfriend. She was like, they got me here. They kidnapped me.
Does
and
the story make sense?
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. He claims the girl was not. Well, he claims that the girl was not forced to be there, and that she was coming and going, and that she was texting them and stuff. So he's saying, look, we didn't force her to be here. This is all bullshit.
Well, it's being investigated, so, I mean, I guess they'll come to the fucking conclusion of that on their own.
Yeah.
He's going to have to deal with the consequences of that. And see, but that's important, though. Whether or not, right now, we don't have a conclusion of that. All we have are all these track record-y things. And then you've got to come up with your own fucking conclusion in your head, whether this guy is good or bad. I want to keep this in mind. I did not know this fucker's name. You know what I mean? It's until this story is getting around and all my fucking contemporaries are covering it, I didn't know his name. And I think that's more common than we think about. We see all these numbers on the internet and how many fucking likes and follow. I think a lot of it's bullshit because nobody knows anything. I work in a fucking real world situation at that pawn shop. No, I can't even talk about my YouTube life because nobody knows. They look at me like I have a dick growing out of my head. What's a drama alert? I'll talk about the biggest fucking creators I've ever been around. What's a that? They have no idea. Nobody knows any of this shit. What's a Jake Paul?
Who's a Keemstar?
What's a Jake Paul? I get what's a Logan Paul? People don't know as much as we fucking automatically assume they all do. But what they do know is what they see the headlines start rolling. And this is what the fucking real downfall of the internet can be, is because it's so easy to get these campaigns going. And you see them moving everywhere. And now you got the banned stuff. Once you get banned and the stories start becoming about it, then you got to start seeing what headlines are being out. You look at the headlines, just type in Andrew Tate on Google, Andrew Tate banned, and you'll see a fucking crazy different amount of titles. You know, of all different, and you'll get that a lot and just in general, but in this case, even more than normal, I feel. Xylie's joining us now, and I know she has some big thoughts. We're going to get in there as well. This guy is an absolute piece of shit. That's first and foremost. We got to keep that. We got to keep that in one pocket. But we also got to keep an eye on that conversation of is it right to ban and all that type of stuff. So Xylie, keeping that in mind, give us your thoughts on the one and only Andrew Tate. Well, not one and only, unfortunately.
I've been covering Andrew Tate for a while now, and he is absolutely a piece of shit. There's a difference between like the misogyny that guys do, like the misogyny of just it's a joke
like
and shit
us.
like that. Yeah. You know, y'all
Make me a
do
sandwich there, Xylie.
Yeah, exactly. And then I turn around and say, no, fuck you. You get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich.
And I would, because you scare me, yes.
I know, that's right.
I make you a hell of a sandwich, baby. You give me a moment, I'll make it last a lifetime. I swear to God, I'd be so good to you.
But here's the thing. Okay, I'm getting pissed off at all different sides with this conversation. Because here's my problem. The women out there, and I understand, believe me, I understand the outrage. I have called this man every name that you can think of. I get the outrage, okay? But there are women out there, not all women, but y'all act like this is the first misogynist we ever had to deal with in our life.
Right.
The shit that he is talking is the same shit that has started since humankind started.
Yes. It's almost like there are extremely bad versions of men and extremely bad versions of women.
Absolutely. Okay. And I understand that, teacher. And I understand, I had to tell Willie Mack today where his kid audience is coming from. His kid audience is coming from Aiden Ross because Aiden Ross putting them up there. Okay. And kids watch Aiden Ross. All right. I understand that. But y'all act like little boys weren't a little pain in the asses in school. Yeah. Back in the prehistoric days when the internet wasn't around and I went to school, the same shit Andrew Tate is saying is the same shit I heard. Yeah. Women need to be barefoot, pregnant in the home. Women need to stay in the kitchen. Women this, women that. Women are fat. I think it's the same shit.
You know the things that I think that get that get people, all that stuff you've heard before. It's the things where he'll be like, you know, a woman comes to me. If I'm with a woman, this is the ones that really get me because there'll be logical sense in there. Like a woman, if I'm with a woman, I want her to come to me with her problems so I can help fix. Or actually, he'll say, so I can fix them. And you'll be like, okay. Maybe you're not going to fix them, but being
Put me in a cage.
Open to trying
also,
to fix
the host of the show turn up his volume if he's going to call me a piece of shit. Ha 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 ha.
By Andrew Tate, I'll read that in a moment. I think the talk to text took care of that. And then he'll just flip that on its head to, by proxy of me fixing their problems, I have responsibility over them and thus say over their lives. I've seen him say exactly that. That's like, okay.
It's like him saying he doesn't mind his girl having an OnlyFans. She can have an OnlyFans, but I should get 50% of it because that's my property.
Now, Xylie, up until he says that's my property, I'm kind of with the fucking idea of getting a cut of girlfriend's fucking OnlyFans. I'm just saying, if I got to share my pussy with the world, I would like a little bit of cut with it. Just a tiny bit of cut. A small little bit of cut. I'm being generous.
Okay, and you know what? Wait. Do you know how you get that? You know how you get that cut?
What's that?
Because if you're in the relationship with that woman, hopefully that woman shares her spoils with you.
Takes care of you almost, right?
Exactly.
It's almost like it's a natural give and take relationship to where if you're both doing good, you both do better. Oh, wow.
Exactly.
No, Xylie, you're talking crazy now.
It's just that, Xylie. He does. He'll put out like a little truth, and then he completely derails the whole damn truth with some damn and this is deep-rooted misogynistic shit. This is like, when he talks, it's different than the jokes y'all make. It comes from a different place.
Andrew Tate, put me in a cage. Also, the host of the show, turn up his volume if he's going to call me a piece of shit. Oh, that'd be funny if that was really him. That would be amazing. I know it's not. I'm going to check and see who it was, but it would be funny. No, it's not.
That would be funny.
And my mic, you know what, you fucking asshole. My mic is fine. My mic is fine, dick face. And hit the like button if you didn't. And everybody else hit the goddamn like button. We only have 2 flamencos worth of viewership in here. I want more than that. I need your likes. I need your follows. Well, that's on Twitch. I need you to throw it up on the fucking Twitters and Twatters and all that good stuff and get it out there because we need 3 flamencos worth of viewership. Goddamn it, make it so. Xylee.
And H3 today is pissing me off with his shit.
Well, oh God, what is he?
Oh, because he's trying to white knight with his, isn't he?
Well, it's that, but he's calling Andrew Tate a hate group, sir.
Okay, let's see. The good news. He said the good news, Andrew Tate was banned on TikTok. The bad news, he's going to go back to human trafficking women in his webcam slave sex dungeon. Scroll down. Pour one out for the worst person the internet has seen in a long, long time. I mean,
then people talk about his business. It's a pyramid scheme. Well, guess what? Mary Kay and Avon are still around. Those are pyramid schemes too.
Those are acceptable ones, though. Have you seen the rouge that company puts out? Girl,
I don't wear makeup. I don't care about that shit.
People thought that because it's called Hustlers University. People thought that got banned, but it turns out he's relaunching it as Hustlers University 3.0.
Yeah.
You gotta go to
school,
bitch.
Gee, but apparently, something called Hustlers University is a pyramid scheme. Who would have
thought?
Look, all I'm saying is, hey Xylee, aren't you trying to make some fucking money? Don't you want to try to make some fucking money? Hey bitch, come here. I'll help you.
I think we should start one that goes against Andrew Tate, and we start teaching these women how to pimp out them men.
Hey, you know what? I'm totally okay with having a woman pimp. By the way, shout out to Heidi Fleiss, the original OG woman pimp.
Hell yeah.
And not even that, because back in the old school cowboy days, all the pimps were women. Just saying. But you know. Dave, no. Thank you, Shay. Is that Shay Carl?
It's true.
Shay Carl would know to say no. That'd be not good. Life is a pyramid scheme. This is true delusional asshole. Riveter, I want to get your thoughts on this. You're joining us now with Matt Pitt, Nerdy John, Xylee Star, and a room full of mush puffs. What do you got on this thing? You're a Southern gentleman. I assume you're in a bury him type of situation.
First and foremost, the guy is undoubtedly is an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Whether or not if he's a criminal or not, that's yet to be determined, right? But for me, when I seen people today that not too long ago were out here clamoring about how their voices and stuff were being quashed through DMCA strikes, are celebrating this guy being banned off of YouTube and his other social media platforms. I'm like, are you fucking serious here?
Yeah, of course they are. Lines of acceptability, Riveter. Everybody has their own lines of acceptability. Everybody's got them.
And as some of you like to say, let me say this with my full fucking chest. Mischief, I'm talking to your fucking ass.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. Oh, shots fired. Okay, I'm going to step back from that one.
Was Mischief saying that it was good that he got banned?
Nerdy, I'm sending you a link right now for you to show for the people in the back.
He's taking shots. What did he do? What are you shooting on Mischief for?
Well, okay, so earlier today, Kingstar tweeted out that Mr. Tate was banned off of YouTube.
Yes.
And Mischief retweeted, says, Rare YouTube W.
You know, you gotta say it in his voice. Rare YouTube W. Like,
I'm not that fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I don't like the guy. 100%, I don't like the guy. If you don't like somebody's content, it's real fucking simple. Either you
subscribe to the Clear as Mud podcast. It is my favorite show, and the hosts absolutely share my views. At change.
Andrew Tate with another $5. Text Talk. Subscribe to the Clear as Mud podcast. See, you really didn't want to talk over that. Subscribe to the Clear as Mud podcast. It's my favorite show, and the host absolutely shared my views. Hat change.
But
here's I expected a little bit of the racism, Riveter. You know, your old man from the South.
No,
but
I'm not racist. I'm not racist, nor am I sexist. Okay.
River, say it with your whole chest.
But what I'm saying
I don't want to dance around. I don't want to dance around.
Okay.
I want to get your full opinion.
So,
wait. Don't dance around. Let me ask you the question, fuckface.
Okay.
Good God, don't dance around. Are you saying you feel it is 100% wrong that Andrew Tate was banned off not just YouTube, because remember, not just YouTube, but basically all the social media platforms? You are not okay with this?
Tell me what terms of service he broke.
Motherfucker, that's not what I asked.
All I'm saying is this.
No, give me a fucking yes or no answer so we can get to the next part.
No, he should not have been banned.
Okay, now, I would like to know why.
Because just because somebody puts out a contrary opinion to what you have or hold does not mean that they should not have a voice.
Agreed.
Now, unless they go and do something that breaks the terms of service.
Now you said that. Hold on. Do you feel the videos and some of the things that are surfacing from the past can be contrived or looked at, or even loosely? I mean, I think more than loosely can be viewed as violating some of those terms, because I think they can. That's the thing. Some of these walk the line so fucking close, and if you don't believe he has any, if you believe that he believes what he's saying, which a lot of people do say, well, to a point he does, and then you go, well, then he goes extreme. Well, what point do we have to? We can't read his mind. You know what I mean? So it's like with all those things in motion, when you see these videos where he beats a woman and throws her on the fucking ground and like starts hitting her with a belt and telling her why, having her say to the camera why she's being beaten, you can kind of start to draw a conclusion. Well, maybe that does violate the terms of service. I don't know.
Okay. So where was that put? Was that on Twitter or was that on? I have not seen it.
Pull them up. So Rivy, I'm going to do you a favor. You should have seen. I made sure I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to fucking do anything until I made sure I saw something that was a reason. And when I saw these videos, I had to stop myself. So let's get these up. John, do you have the videos? Because if not, I have them.
I do not. Can you send me the link to them?
I got you. Okay.
So here's my question. This goes back to
into a new fucking world
if he posted these videos on his social media platforms, right, and he's
well, to be fair, he didn't post on his own social media platforms. Okay. He posted on other social media platforms. Keep that in mind. These aren't ours. You got to keep that in mind. These are not ours. We don't pay rent here. We don't do anything that gives us any legal accessibility to, aside from them allowing us to go on their platforms. People say his channel, no. We're on YouTube's. We're on other people's platforms. I know it might seem like a small nuance, but it's important to what?
There's no nudity in this, is there?
No, there's not. I don't know if this is going to be okay to play, though. I got to be honest with you on that.
Do you want me to keep it muted?
I wouldn't. I'm going to be honest.
What is this?
See, now here's the thing. Y'all didn't see this shit, and if you didn't see this shit and I saw it, y'all aren't doing your jobs. Because I don't ever see anything. This shit is repugnant to watch. Okay.
Okay.
You sure you don't want to watch this off screen?
Well, you guys haven't seen it, so
I've seen it.
Well, Xylee, I know, but you're a woman. Of course, you saw this shit.
Okay. So let me restate what I said. I think the guy's a piece of shit. But unless he did something, now here's the thing too, and we have to all agree on this too, right? That YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they all move the goalposts continuously with their terms of service, right?
Stop. Play it. Fuck it. Play it.
Okay.
Play it. Just play it, because Riveter, I can't keep letting you say stuff and not have seen this. It's just I'm doing you a disservice. Make sure you unmute it.
Oh, okay. You want the audio?
Yeah, fuck it, man. We got to hear it. It's the most important part.
Because on his floor, and he does as well as he wants.
Go tell the camera that I beat you, and you don't do as I say. Don't say it.
You're busy, and I don't listen.
That's not what I said. Say it. I said I said tell the camera I beat you when you don't do as I say. I didn't say the word listen.
So wait,
Did I say the word listen? Did I say the word?
Yeah, all right. Go back a few seconds. So
did it skip for you guys?
It's been skipping, and that was the thing. It skipped a lot. So basically, what happened up to that point, I wanted to get it before the slap, was he told her to say something. She said it wrong, and then that's where he hits her. Play it again.
Okay.
I didn't say the word listen. Did I say the word listen? Did I say the word listen? Stupid bitch. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Look at the camera. Did I say listen? No. Did I say listen to you? Did I say it? No. Did I say it? Look at the camera. This is what happens. Listen. Look at the.
Yeah.
I've seen enough.
Now, for those who haven't seen it, that's the reason why I'm playing it, because I had a feeling that we were going to come to this point at some point. I had a feeling a lot of people haven't seen this, because there's a lot to this story, a lot more than meets the eye, and there's actually a lot more videos, and they're not good. From an optics standpoint, that gets you banned 10 times out of 10. Doesn't matter what fucking platform. It's just a bad video. It's hard to, I get what we're trying to do with the whole defense of the platforming, but that's what we have. That's what you're defending. Whether you want to or not, you have to stand and say that video's okay. Now, maybe some people are going to say that's insane to make. No. Unfortunately, if you're defending him, that's what you have to defend a little bit. You got to defend that. I feel like if you're defending if you don't want him platform, you got to stand and say that video is okay, at least to a point. And that's
the video that got kicked him out of the Big Brother house. There was another video, and I'm literally looking for it right now because I saw it, and I saw it in one of the videos I saw about him.
1 second, Salvo, you're right. Their YouTube is full of those guys, but once it comes to light, it gets you gone 10 out of 10. You're 100% right, though. Once it comes to light and once you get big enough and somebody puts a spotlight, you know that video is getting hit. But you're right. There are plenty of these. You're not wrong.
All right. So
let's Xylee finish. Let Xylee finish. I cut her off.
Okay, go ahead.
So there was another video of that woman that he put out later to show that it was a sexual thing between them. And she was like, are you going to beat me like a little pussy like you did last time?
Yeah, no, I saw that.
And stuff like that. So I don't know. It's just.
But it's hard to know. All right. So.
Yeah.
Kink relationship. Okay. Now we're going to have another nuance to a conversation. I'm going to give a little backstory into my life. Kink relationships can be complicated, is what I'm going to say. Okay.
Yes.
Very complicated. And they only work while you're in the relationship. Once you're out of the relationship and, feelings may sour, sometimes people will have different rationales, and maybe sometimes that goes the other way while inside the relationship, talking people into stuff, growing as couples, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of different ways to look at it. So it's hard to make those judgments. It's really hard to make those judgments. Now, is she ever come? Now, these are things that I don't know. I don't know the extra follow-up things. Is there any evidence? Is she still with him? Is there anything that she's ever complained about? Is there any reports? Does anyone feel that there's going to be reports? Those are the next part of the conversation. But that's the part of the conversation that we don't really have to argue, because we don't know that part yet. What we know is it's a reactionary thing from that video and that video alone that could, or a series of videos that could have got him taken down. And there's more to it. There's not just that singular one. They're pointing to everything in general. It feels like that's why he's being banned from all platforms. And again, I hate deplatforming. I think it's fucking shitty, but I also understand that I'm not on my own platform. I'm not in my own space. I'm just here on someone else's. It's their rules. It's complicated for me. This guy's such a piece of shit. It makes it harder to defend. Continue, please.
I kind of look at this, and I know, okay, you might not get this at first when I say it, but hear me out, okay? I kind of see this like an R. Kelly situation, and in the sense of he's cringy to people now, but eventually I think what happens as women get away from him, then the truth is going to start spilling out. And I think that's what's going to happen. Like, remember back in the day when that videotape of R. Kelly, where he peed on that girl? Yeah. Well, she finally, at 37 years old, finally said something in a courtroom about him.
She actually straight up finally, she addressed herself of who she was.
Yes,
no one really knew who the girl was.
But she didn't. right, because she didn't testify so many years ago, but she finally did it at 37 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can understand why to some degree. That was R. Kelly.
Absolutely. That was R. Kelly.
They were cousins too, weren't they?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, Maddie, yeah. Drip, drip,
yeah,
drip.
underage and his cousin.
Yeah, like 13, 14, cousin. It's not good. Jerry Lee Lewis type shit.
And you got to think how powerful he was in the music industry. I can understand where she didn't say anything at first. Sure. I get that.
Kid.
I think with this situation, as far as the criminality of it and everything of him, of that part of it, I think it's going to take years. Yes. That's going to get figured out.
And the funny thing is too, if tomorrow, like the human trafficking thing gets substantiated, everybody's opinions changes immediately. Because now you can't argue whether or not you feel he's a fucking misogynist or any of those were in character or fucking kinks. Now that doesn't matter. Now you've got enough to be like, okay. But at the same time, if all that turns out to be all fabricated bullshit and there's really nothing to it, I think some people will let him off the hook more. You know, and maybe that's the way it should be. Track records and all of that should determine how you take somebody's comedy, jokes, online presence, whatever word you want to put behind it. But that's what makes it complicated. That's what makes it difficult. Mm-hmm. This guy makes me feel icky. Doesn't mean I want him gone, but I can understand why platforms would not want him on theirs.
So can I ask a question?
Please.
Okay. That was horrible. Whether or not if it was whatever, I'm not going to get into that. It was a horrible video. Here's my question. Can anybody tell me of another content creator that was banned off of any platform based upon actions outside of that platform?
EDP 445.
Yeah, everybody now, Riveter. That's in terms of services now. But
R. Kelly.
That's literally in everybody's terms of services now. Your behavior on outside of this platform, just like at work. It's the same thing. If you drink and drive and you get a DUI, you might lose your job at the fucking Taco Bell. You know, especially if you live in a fucking small town. I mean, this is not a fucking difficult concept to understand, and most of the time, it's an acceptable one because consequences matter. And I am a fucking absolutist on a lot of that personal accountability shit. You fuck up, you have to deal with the consequences of those actions. You do something that's going to rustle some feathers, you might have some negative repercussions. But some people will roll that dice because they understand that they might be able to finagle that into a bigger career. Fucking Cash Me Outside. There's nothing of substance about that girl. There's never has been. There's never fucking will be. But she turned a bad situation, a fucking terrible, a fucking all disgusting into a multi-million-dollar fucking career, and no one knows what she does. You know what I mean? It's like,
and plus that off-platform has been part of YouTube's term of service for a while now.
Yeah. And I want to say that Twitch was kind of one of the first platforms that really made that a thing. I remember when they updated their terms of services a few years back, I was making fun of it because I think I called Twitch's terms of services more ambiguous than the NHL rulebook, which if you're a hockey fan, that's a really funny joke. It's incredibly ambiguous. But yeah, they were kind of one of the first ones to do it. But continue on, Rivy.
Well, I'll just say this. I mean, I still think it's one of these deals where I don't know if a broad sweeping, I mean, the guy's obviously a piece of shit, but I don't know. Sometimes I think people are celebrating for the wrong reasons.
Oh, now celebrating is a different thing altogether. You won't see me celebrating. I don't think it's a victory for anything. That's the thing. It's just, I don't know how much I care. Because
thank you. That's it. That's my point. Well, exactly. I don't give a fuck, and I'm not going to fight for him. But I don't agree with deplatforming either.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, though. You almost can't have both of those statements be true at the same time. They're paradoxical in nature. But it's one of those accepted ones. It's fence-sitting in a sense, and that's okay. I understand it because I'm doing it, too, in this situation. Because you do understand the side of it. Well, we don't want unchecked and unbound. But then we say, well, in this situation, I guess we're not going to scream about it. Like, we're not going to cry to the heavens. We're not going to celebrate it, though. But we're not going to. I can understand why that's a little hypocritical, because I feel it, too. That's why I have a hard time saying it. I feel it about myself a little. It's a tough one, because you don't want it. But because slippery slope. But at the same time, one less asshole.
So I was sent a video. Andrew Tate's ex speaks out about viral
Play
video.
it.
It's 19-second song to TikTok. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to say something about the video that's been released recently about me and my ex-boyfriend, Andrew Tate. Andrew is my still great friend. What you guys saw in the video, it's just what we used to do. It was just pure game. He's a great guy. He would never hurt anyone unless he's fighting.
I don't know.
So I mean, unless like, because I know we've been making the R. Kelly comparisons, unless he brainwashed her into thinking what they were doing was okay.
Well, John,
it was purely kink.
Not necessarily. And I don't want to interject something that may not be true, but since you said brainwash, you gave me an opportunity to say this, because that's not the only way that she could have said that. 3 little letters, NDA. We don't know. This is this is the type of guy that I would almost fucking guarantee would have his women sign NDAs. And which is not uncommon. If you don't know what an NDA is, it's a non-disclosure agreement, which means, and Prince was famous for this, if you talk about the relationship, your ass is fucking sued. And she has a career to protect. I'm just.
Isn't there like some sort of stance that if there was some sort of abuse or rape or anything of that nature, that immediately breaks NDA agreements? Like, you can talk about that.
Only if she wants to bring it up. But I mean, like, you got to understand, people are self-preservationists. Like, if you can have an accepted agreement with somebody where neither one of you are going to get hurt and you're both going to be still be able to profit, and maybe things were bad, but they weren't that bad. These are all these nuances that I don't really want to have conversations about, because it's just hearsay and speculation and things that are going on in my head. But they're logical to me. Those are relationship conversations that just happen and take place, and they don't seem crazy to think that they could have happened. And besides, we're all whores. We all want to protect what we have. And if she doesn't see the right type of juice from it, maybe she just continues to go. Maybe right now, she doesn't feel it was that bad. 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 5 weeks from now, she gets different ambitions. He sends a fucked up text. We don't know. The situation's still ongoing. Maybe she changes her tune if the human trafficking fucking stuff comes back differently. It's like that. There's still so much to it. That's why all that's irrelevant. And you just have to keep it to the conversation of, how do you feel? Because we don't know anything legally.
I was thinking, Andrew Tate was on the other side of that phone holding a baseball bat.
Well, there's another.
It's even better. We got people in live chat saying the body language. We got body experts in chat.
Okay, I got to be honest with her. I thought her body language was on point, to be honest. Go ahead, Zyla.
There's 2 other words that could also be a reason why somebody doesn't say something: money and power. This dude's loaded. And he brags about having certain friends and certain criminal elements.
And that answers Ghost Grandia's question there. To be fair, an NDA will never compel. No, you always make a choice to comment. Because to me, protecting her own fucking way of life. Or maybe she simply just explain that. But I get what you're saying. And every one of those criticisms, there are mile-wide loopholes in these arguments. These are not stances. We're looking at situations that could explain these situations, and I do want to make that clear. This is just interesting to me, and I want to make sure everybody's on the same page with the conversation. That is all. Let's get Erica with a key, the $25 donated from earlier. What's up, Erica? How you doing, baby?
Erica? I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Better now because that key that you have, it's to my heart. How you doing on this wonderful day? And what do you think of this whole Tom Fucker situation with that asshole?
I think in today's climate, she has no reason to stay quiet if she didn't have to. I think those are just fetish videos, my personal opinion. I don't think he should be deplatformed either.
That's fair. Totally fair.
Question, is Andrew Tate paying you off as well?
No. I wish he was. I wouldn't be living in a shitty condo if I was.
But remember, and I want to keep it real quick, that was not the only video. There's a lot of things out there, and videos do get removed, even legitimate ones, I mean, they do get removed sometimes because not everybody wants to see that shit, I'm not saying that's a fucking good reason either, but we're on somebody else's lawn, it's a homeowners association. It's not like we can all run our own individual platforms.
Right.
I agree with Erica though. I think I think that was just a fetish thing.
I can't base it off one video. but I know
right.
what you're saying.
But I do agree with Erica on that part. But what I will still take the stance. He said that he moved to Romania because the SA laws or the rape laws or whatever are slacker there. In other words, you will have a better chance to have a rape allegation overturned in Romania. That's why he said he moved there.
Yeah.
I mean, that is true. Romania does have pretty shit laws, but
but if you don't want to be looked at as a rapist,
would be like one of those landmark cases in Romania to overturn those kinds of laws or blacks.
I doubt it.
Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. We've all heard the different stories. We don't need to hear the stories. We all know that they're true. Corporate America, Hollywood, whether Epstein Island's just the most recent. But I mean, there's a really good example. Going to Thailand on corporate accounts to fuck little children and all these type of things. You know, these things have happened and they're fucking horrifically terrible. So I get where Xylie's coming from by saying, hey, when he says something like that, that erases some shreds of doubt. I get that. I think that's completely fair. And that's, again, you look at his track record and you come to these conclusions to determine where he's at. Now, these social media sites, and this is where the scary stuff happens, they all came together as one and made a group decision, which is why we're all freaking out, by the way, because that is scary. That's scary for all the social media sites, the big ones, to say, yeah, he's no longer here. Now,
the last... go ahead. So the last guy they did this to my knowledge, was Alex Jones. Like, he was the last big guy where it's like all the platforms unanimously agreed, yeah, this guy isn't allowed anywhere.
And here's the thing about that, and the legal precedent has now gone against him, unfortunately. Now this dude, $44 million total he's going to be paying out, you know, and he's still not done, you know. So it's like, that may not be the source that you want to cite if you're Andrew Tate. You know, it's like, because it's getting harder and harder. And I've been saying this for years. And these conversations, these debates, I want to get Jessica Pizzle in here too, and Anger Man, all these guys get their thoughts. What it's going to take is the worst thing possible. It's going to take more regulation. Because you're going to have to start being responsible for it in a sense, just to be able to have these conversations. Because, you know, it's like, what are you defending? Are you defending a comedic principle? Or are you now saying that the person is what they're saying is justifiable? It's like, what the fuck? And I think that when you extrapolate that and you continue to push that can down the road and you start talking about it bigger, the only way to really fix it is to have your name tied to it. Like, no more aliases, no more alt accounts, all that type of stuff. One name, one account, and then, you know, you kind of strip that away. That's an extreme end of it, but that's where I see it going. They can only be resolved one way. Either lesser regulations or more. Staying the same is not going to change any fucking thing. I think we can all agree there.
So, do you want to hear Willie Mac's take on the situation?
I do.
All right, let's go.
Play it.
What the fuck happened to the internet, man? I mean, we used to be so much harder.
He looked like Keem at first.
He did. I thought the same thing. Look at the beard. It's starting
Backwards
to point out.
At Willie.
Willie is Keemstar's cousin.
Why does he look like Keem here? Oh, play it. Oh, my God.
Play Super Nintendo in 1993.
He looks like he's about to go to a Limp Bizkit concert.
Yeah.
It's all about the heat.
That we are now, right? We had Leafy, Grade, Keemstar, Halo lobbies, Call of Duty lobbies, but Andrew Tate, he was too far. He comes and says some crazy shit about how many men woman can fuck, and everyone freaks the fuck out. We gotta ban him. Come on, dude. Is that seriously? Is it the state of the internet? We're that fucking soft now?
Unfortunately, yeah.
I don't know. This whole path we're on, where anytime we got a crazy person saying crazy shit, means we just gotta ban them, because otherwise they're leading the youth down a pipeline. They're leading the youth to extremism. It's fucking fear-mongering. You're all a bunch of Karens. You're like the Christians that banned Grand Theft Auto in back in the day that had tried to go against that shit. You're fucking lame. Learn to argue. Learn to have a conversation.
It's lame. There's no question about that. It's fucking lame. But it's also, when you look at it more than just the word, and I love Willie to death, but we all know Willie sometimes doesn't see and everything about he's like me more than he probably wants to admit. Sometimes he'll just react. But when you watch these videos and you see some of the other things, because again, there is a lot more. And when you look at the whole fucking thing, you can build a case. You could build a case, and each one of those platforms, or collectively, again, together, decided that case, that track record was enough to say enough is enough. But in principle, it's hard to argue with Willie Mack. Everybody is softer. Everybody is a fucking pussy. Nobody wants to fucking stay in their own lane. Everybody wants to get in everybody else's business and dictate and determine what the fucking repercussions, ramifications will be on the children or those susceptible. Well, sometimes stupid people walk off cliffs. You know, that's why it's the same reason why you got to put the little word on the silica in speakers, you know, those little fucking packets, do not eat. You know why? Because a motherfucker ate it. People are stupid and will do stupid things. But it's never a good reason to protect the masses for it. You don't punish everyone because a couple stupid idiots. You know what I mean? I don't know.
The For the Children thing is like a really dumb argument because, I mean, millions of kids watch Jake and Logan Paul, and a majority of them don't turn out to be as dumb as them when they grow up.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, we all watched and did stupid things as kids and growing up. And we're not all idiots, but some of us are. And we all will agree we all do idiotic things at times, but that's just people. It had nothing to do with Grand Theft Auto or Jackass or any of the other comedy things. Now, there is comedy and comedians and things that have shaped my personality in other ways. Obviously, everybody can, like, whether it's catchphrases or personality quirks or any of that type of stuff, but that's part of being alive. If you're not mentally damaged, you should be fine. Go ahead, Matt.
It's kind of like when, and this is kind of a bad example because he's just been accused of rape, but it's kind of like when Marilyn Manson was accused of like aiding the school shooters for like because they liked his music. You know what I mean? Like stuff
Matt,
like that. Like,
that's even a worse example because it's all domestic stuff that he's been accused of now, and a lot of it at the time was being kind of swept away as kink stuff. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, before Marilyn Manson was accused of rape, before all that, right?
Jesus
before all that,
Christ,
he was being,
Matt.
you know, he was seen as this guy who, like, people who went and shot up schools were like listening to his music, and they were like, "He's the reason why this is happening." So I feel like that was.
Oh yeah, AC/DC, the fucking Night Stalker, fucking Ozzy Osbourne, get the gun, shoot. That was said in a court of fucking law. That was said by a lawyer to a judge. That he felt that Ozzy Osbourne, this was in a fucking murder case, that Ozzy Osbourne's music fucking played backwards, or not even backwards, subliminally. You can hear him say, get the gun, shoot. And these are ridiculous things that we always have to deal with. Always.
True.
Do you want to listen to Jessica Pizzles?
I love my Pizzle Pops. Hello, Pizzly Pop baby girl. How are you doing on this wonderful Monday?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. How do you feel about misogyny?
So when it comes to misogyny, and I'm gonna make this real quick. It's clear that men know nothing about women. And there's been proof on this stream of men not knowing anything about women. Would you like to know what that proof is?
Yes.
Well, you know how you don't know anything about women? Because you considered Mary fucking Kay a good makeup company that women actually still use.
I was just using I don't even know what rouge is. It was called a joke there, Pizzly. We're souring. Don't be mad because it looks like Mary Kay truck ran you over. Don't get mad at me. Get that makeup game on fleek.
I'm just saying, ain't nobody using those makeup companies anymore. We all go to Ulta.
What the fuck is
you
Ulta?
Look like a Mary Kay woman. You look like you're about to arrive on the bar. Fucking Mary Kay.
You know what? You come to the second roast battle and you tell me that to my face. Pull up or shut up.
They're gonna fuck you up if you go again. Your picture is gonna be on a wall. They were talking about you today.
Yeah, they were saying that you were Salvo's baby mama.
Yeah, yes. Oh my god.
You probably shouldn't have put out publicly that you got a fake ticket too.
I I'm going back and forth on that on purpose. So
they also said you look cracked out, and I was like, true.
Well, that's just normal. That's just part of your charm.
That was the one statement I couldn't disagree on.
Accurate, but they also said that Melinda or Miranda, whatever her name was funny. So I mean, there's that, because that girl was nothing close to hilarious. It was absolutely dry the whole night. Yeah, like when I told Scott, I was like, "Hey, we're gonna go again," and some of the I was telling the YouTubers that we're gonna meet up. And he was like, "Oh, you want to go through that again?" And I'm like, "Well, this time it's just for the meetup, and Salvo's gonna be there, so he'll probably make it much more interesting."
Salvo's going?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. They're not gonna let him in.
Yeah, they will.
You think so?
Oh, I know so. They can't not let him in, especially if he buys a ticket.
I hope they don't let him in. I hope it becomes a big fucking thing. It's going to be great, though, because I kind of start to want to like Steve. I kind of want to. Then I hear them say ridiculous, stupid shit. They say stupid. The stuff they said today, some of the stupidest shit. Like, I get it. There's a lot of comedy clubs in L.A., and I get it. A lot of fucking stand-ups like to go and make random appearances. And Dave Chappelle's never coming to your shit, man.
Bro, why are
Dave Chappelle?
Steve's in his 30s, right? Like, as well as Death Noodles, right? He's in his 30s.
Yeah,
correct?
And he's not been discovered. He's not talented. I'm sorry, Steve. You seem like a nice guy. Look, you're still working because you're not good. You're not good.
So why are they talking like a couple of comedians in their early 20s? Like, yeah, this comedy club we're doing, man, Dave Chappelle might be there, man. Andrew Dice Clay. Oh my God,
dude.
Sam Kinison. Wait, he's dead, but yeah, these guys might come by.
They might. You never know. Anybody could.
Dude, they were bragging about how their friend was getting an audition to SNL.
Go ahead, Xylee.
Dave, I love you, but I have to disagree with you there. Steven is not a good guy.
Well, he seems. I don't know. I was starting to kind of like him a little bit when he'll talk a little. I'll be okay.
No,
and he seemed
me
very.
too. There was times where I was like, we should be easy on him. He doesn't realize. But then I'm like, and then he's like, because he was totally cool with me, and I'm like, you weren't calling me a crackhead when I was there. That's the whole reason I was cool with you. You were being cool with me.
He was kind of being nice to Jessica. Go ahead.
This is the same dude who said it was white tears when Papa Gut was talking about sexual assault.
Oh, that was that guy. Yeah, he says a lot of dumb fucking shit. I mean, there's no question. Like, that's what
it
I'm saying.
was. Well, I mean, it was white tears though. It's a white.
He
guy
was a
with
white
tears.
guy crying. Sure.
I mean, technically, yes, technically.
And I believe
It's
he's
white
also
tears.
the one who dubbed Xylee a Sandy Vagina, which is that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And, now Sandy's not accurate, but certainly drier. But that's neither here nor there. That's just age. That's just biology. That's just biology.
Fuck you.
All right, I'm out. You guys have a good one.
Bye, Jessica.
Bye, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
The Pizzle Pops. Go check out
I'm also
Jessica.
out. Have a nice one.
Thank you, Erica. Appreciate your opinion. Anger Man.
Would you?
Oh, go ahead and turn John.
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask if you would like to read Mudahar's statement.
In one moment, I want to get Anger Man because he's been waiting a long time. Anger Man,
So,
what you got for us?
Hello, Dave. Hey. Okay, so I have it's a bunch of big takes, but they're all related. So the first take is everybody's asking, how did Andrew Tate get so popular? Well, it's the same reason how all of these other right-wing commentators in 2016 got so popular. Because they're edgy, they're not mainstream. That's just sort of
Pause.
everybody
Pause
likes
for
to be edgy.
one moment, my friend. I gotta say, with the crackle in your microphone and the old timey feel of your voice, it just feels like we're getting this commentary from beyond the grave or from like the 1940s.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like you're about to tell me about World War II
There's like
bombs.
elegance and shit to it. They're way too elegant for this fucking tripe. But continue on.
I'm sorry. I use my phone.
No, it's great. It's majestic.
It's like
thank you very much. But like I said, I think the other take, obviously, is everybody that's celebrating his, especially Ethan, who's celebrating his Andrew Tate's ban. If people have a good memory, they remember that. Well, I remember Leafy's ban being celebrated by Ethan.
Sure.
What really makes me laugh is everybody's celebrating these people's bans until it affects them.
Oh yeah, It's called hypocrisy, double standards. It's all over. Like, it's all funny. Like, I will laugh all fucking day at people who stub their toe. If you laugh at me when I stub my toe in front of you, I might get a little mad. You son of a bitch. I might get a little angry.
So, and speaking of double standards, and this is something that really pisses me off.
What pisses you off?
How is James Charles and Cardi B still got a platform?
Don't get me started on James Charles.
Yeah.
Dave has a complicated relationship with his ass.
It's very complicated. He makes my penis question itself. I don't like
Dude,
it.
come on, Dave. Dude does not look good. He doesn't look good.
I don't care.
Have you ever seen him without the fucking filters? He looks weird.
Well, yeah, but I don't. It's not like I search for James Charles pictures. I'll be just strolling along, see a fucking really nice ass and a fucking really. I'll be like, oh, look at that. Oh, weenie getting hard. Ah! That's not.
It's the catfish, bro.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He's evil for it. It's just wrong.
Yeah. What gets me is that he was groomed you probably all know the whole story. He was grooming underage people, especially boys, to do whatever he was doing. How has he still got a platform when Reupload Boy actually pretty much said what I was thinking. Same with Cardi B. She was drugging men and robbing them.
Yeah. And now that one's more.
How's they both?
So the James Charles thing, people talk about the grooming and stuff, but that's one. But the Cardi B thing, now I've talked about this before myself because I don't get it either. But it's also. There's precedent. There's other rappers, especially rappers, that have talked about their previous crimes completely.
Exactly.
Murder was the case that they gave me. All kinds of different shit. There's so many different cases where no problem with men talking about beating bitches or shooting motherfuckers in the streets.
Absolutely.
But
don't get wrong.
Cardi B starts talking about fucking drugging stupid men at strip clubs, and people are like, oh. We didn't know that people had we got to be mad about all of it or none
I do
of it.
agree. These rappers shouldn't be looked up to as idols.
My dentist had a hot take about that. I was telling my dentist about that with the Cardi B stuff.
Okay.
And he was just like, "Well, shit happens," and he's just drilling something in my tooth, and I'm like, "Okay."
I mean,
it's over now.
If you start talking about deplatforming Cardi B, that means you're going to get rid of Jay-Z.
Cardi B ain't getting the platform.
Pretty much everybody in Rock Nation.
But the thing is, like I said, for me, it's like if you're going to have double standards, people are going to call out and people are going to pretend that or have this mindset that they're being oppressed or whatever. You either, in my opinion, you either have one standard or you have no standard.
So here's the problem with that.
And that means
here's the problem with it. And I get what you're saying in principle. You would like everybody to be judged the exact same way, but the problem with that is every situation is not the same. So while you want to have the spirit of the rule to be like zero tolerance or this is the law for everybody, then so maybe you can hold that standard for the first 10. For the first 20 cases that come around a desk. You're like, man, we're doing really fucking good. Everybody, boom, 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 boom. Then you get into the hundreds and the thousands and the millions. Then you start seeing these weird fucking takes like these type of stories where facts will start kind of changing prospectively. And it's never as simple as just saying, everybody write it down along the line, black and white will all be treated the same at the same fucking time. It will never be that way. Yeah. No matter, and that's it. Take that as you will. That's for fucking race. That's for fucking religion.
Absolutely.
That's for creed. If you walk into a Puerto Rican restaurant, there's a chance you might find somebody who just prefers Puerto Ricans more than your pasty white ass. That is a fucking reality that we all deal with, and that goes in reverse order all the fucking time.
I think maybe I'm just too much of a utopian sort of person. I don't know, but like I said, I think personally, I don't personally.
Don't be an idealist.
I'm a libertarian, but sometimes I act like an idealist.
You sound like you're a part of the parliament.
He sounds like he's one of those anti-abolitionists that you're hearing about, making all that noise down up there in the north.
Honestly. The amount of comments I've made about blowing up Parliament, they would let me anywhere near it.
All right, calm down there, Ted Krasinski. All right, just fucking pump the brakes there.
That wasn't it wasn't Ted Kaczynski that did that. It was
no, but he blew up something. I was just making a Unabomber joke, asshole guy. Now you're getting muted.
I know.
Nitpick my joke. Yeah,
you just engaged. You just engaged in his autism trap card.
I did.
Yeah. You activated my trap card.
Autism activate.
It wasn't Ted Kaczynski. It was.
He's not the one who killed the people. That he would know. That's psycho. I studied them all, Dave. Studied them all. Beavers.
Yeah.
Beavers. One of my favorite euphemisms for vagina. Beavers. You're live with Dead on Dave and the whole fucking beer league of commentary. What do you got?
Hey, Dave. How's it going?
Fantastically, darling.
Okay. Well, the point I wanted to bring up, right, is a lot of people bring up, that Andrew Tate said he moved to Romania because they have more lax, like, sexual assault laws and stuff like that. But you also have to remember, somebody like Andrew Tate is neurotic. You don't get to be as successful in fighting or in business and shit without being a bit neurotic.
Okay.
Now, I can completely buy, right, that Andrew Tate's mindset with that isn't, I want to rape bitches, right? I think he's a very paranoid person, and he likes to sleep around, okay? And he knows he's wealthy, and he knows he has a bit of a name to himself, and he's just like, I want to fuck bitches, so I'm going to move to Romania where I can't catch a case as easily.
Yeah, so what you're saying is if he gets, I'm moving to Romania just in case I get accused of rape, I got a better chance of being
One
in
moment.
Romania.
I want to just put a special announcement to Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate, if you're watching, do not hire Beavers as your lawyer. Do not let Beavers ever try to explain anything for you. Other than that, okay, Beavers.
Your Honor, my client did not rape the woman. He's just neurotic, okay?
That was some of the fucking stretchiest psychoanalytical bullshit. What the fuck, man? That was great.
Your Honor,
shit.
my client is what is known as a player.
Yes,
Bitches
that's
be
exactly
crazy,
it.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, he was going goblin mode, you see.
Oh, Beavers. All right. Do you have any more points for us? What else you got?
Okay, and the next point I want to make is
Right.
I think the problem with somebody like, Andrew Tate didn't post that video himself, did he? I just want to know that. It got leaked.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm
did it
assuming.
get leaked? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it got leaked. To be honest, I think it got leaked.
Did it?
I'm assuming
Oh,
it got leaked.
Now that changes a little bit. So now, okay, now wait a minute. Wait. Now that's interesting to me. Well, there was a chat though. There was a chat box for one, but two, that's weird. Why would that getting leaked? Okay, but then why would you have to that raise it? I like it less. I think it looks worse that it was a leaked video. If that was a public video where people, then it would make sense why it would be out there or why it exists in the first place. Because look at the camera, that's, I don't know. That's weird to me. But that's another point we can argue another day because that one's just weird to me.
Do you mean it was leaked as in it was on a certain site and then it got leaked to as in it got leaked to the public, or
that was a creative video.
How I mean leaked is he might have recorded it on a different platform or at a different time.
Okay,
and
Tommy
he
Lee,
deletes the video.
Tommy Lee
he
and
deletes
Pamela
the video
Anderson
or something.
got leaked. That's something they created for themselves. That got leaked. This is something that might get resurfaced, but that's not being leaked. I hate the word mince, but that's a big difference because that when you're saying it got leaked, I think it changes the connotation of what happened for some people. Like me, I started thinking that, ooh, okay, well, that changes something because you changed narratively what could have happened. But that it wasn't leaked. It was out there. They put that there, and then it resurfaced it. He may have deleted it, but that was created for people. And that helps his narrative because that could be construed as a fucking act that way. If it wasn't, that can change that narrative. That's why I'm making that distinction.
I see where you're coming from, but so it's like one, I would want to know how long ago it was, right? I don't know that personally, because the way that I look at it is
right now she said it's fine. So in my fucking view, right now, until I learn anything else, I have to take it that way.
Yeah.
He says it's that way. She says it's that way. I'm not here to be in anyone's fucking mind. Now, I'll fucking go ahead and speculate and give you guys a little reasons of why it could turn out to be a different way. So just from common sense and how relationships work and such like that. But other than that, no, right now, you legally can't do nothing until something changes narratively. This is what you have to go by.
Exactly.
No, but the point I wanted to make is because the reason that information is important is because let's say he uploaded this to his YouTube channel, if he still had one. He uploaded it to his YouTube channel, right? And it was publicly out there, and he didn't delete it, which I suspect he would have deleted something like this. But if it wasn't deleted and it resurfaced, like you say, if he had published this on his main channel and it showed this, ban him, deplatform him. You get what I mean? He's posted that content recently. He hasn't deleted it.
No,
whatever.
I don't know if there's a difference for me. Either it should be banned either way, or it shouldn't be banned either way. I don't know if going down, because it was still created. I don't know if he just because he created it and put it on his main channel, that's bannable. I don't know. It feels like a weird line in the sand. Am I wrong on that? What do you guys feel?
Well, I think it's funny that he deleted that video before his YouTube channel went down. He deleted that video saying that he moved to Romania because of the laws. It's funny that he deleted that before his YouTube channel got taken down. Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, it's because now you got to remember too. We covered this earlier because all the platforms now have that your actions on other outside of this platform can affect your standing here. You have to be a good person or you might get fucking banned. If you say things and do stuff that we don't necessarily agree with, we can kick you out. That's what this whole fight's about. You know, whether or not you agree with that principle. And because this one is a little more high profile because it's not just one platform, it's all of them coming together and decided this motherfucker's got to go now. That's what's making this more of a story. And because of his fucking stupid face and video is on every goddamn feed all the time, there's just a lot of buzz on this right now.
Yeah, I wanted to bring this up. Augie had made a video today, and he brought up some more information about how TikTok isn't just banning the accounts didn't just ban Andrew Tate himself. They're also going to be banning all the well, supposedly they're going to be banning all the channels that promote his content as well. Yeah, so like they're kind of taking like the Twitch method to it. So I'm curious because the Stitch feature on TikTok, right? And a lot of times people use that feature to criticize other videos. So I'm curious to see if anyone who's stitched these videos of Andrew Tate saying these outlandish stuff, if they're going to get their stuff taken down as well.
Yeah. It's fine. I worried about playing even that one today, that. I still am. I'll probably end up having to cut that out. I might do it in post. So I don't know. $3 hat change. There it is for you. DJ Heartbreak says, let's be honest, Beavers looks at Andrew Tate as his idol. Considering the shit he says in the Shopping Point Discord, love you, Beavers, buddy.
Beavers, co-host of the Now Recording podcast.
And the one thing I will say is the tater tots are complete. Oh my god, I've been fighting them since my first video on Andrew Tate.
God,
the tater,
really?
Andrew Tate
it's his Hulkamaniacs.
Shut up.
Yeah, I call them tater tots.
Oh, you? I thought he called them tater tots.
No, I call them tater tots.
Okay.
I've been fighting them.
Right? Matt gets it. Matt totally gets it. I wanted him to call his fucking Stitch fans tater tots.
How to control your female.
It's okay that you call them tater tots.
Oh my god, I've been fighting them since my first video on him. It is amazing the shit that they say.
Yeah.
Well, if you would spend more time in the kitchen instead of YouTube.
But you don't know if you're being trolled or not, because
and they probably are, and it is what it is. I mean, I fight H3 fans and Eugenia Cooney haters too at the same time. It's just a good time on my channel.
But this is what's great about that, though. It's because somebody brought up the whole mind control stuff, the brainwashing question. We talk about it we don't use that word because that word is so extreme, but sheeple, zombies, look, I have been saying something for a very long time. I think a lot of untalented creators or people who really don't have an argument, they like to use a practice called repetition hypnosis. And that is very simple. The principle is very simple. If you say something long enough, there's a very good chance either stupid or gullible people are going to believe it. And you would be shocked at how many people will, just because of how many times you say something. You just have to know how to and where to implement it. You know who's a master of it? And I don't even say this derogatorily towards him anymore. Keemstar. Keemstar is fucking, he's like Picasso with it. He knows how to fucking say things a million different times in slightly different ways to get you to fucking believe it. And he knows that his fan base, this was more of 5-6 years ago, Keem, than it is now. He doesn't really do this anymore because his fan base has changed. But those young ones, that's what you do. You just feed them that. You don't have to feed them all the facts. You can feed them just enough to get them to believe the narrative, and that's all you have to do. And that's what Andrew Tate does. You know, it's like, and then that's how his people are.
But my thing with Andrew Tate is, right, so maybe it's just because of where I'm from, right? So let's say your kid watches Andrew Tate, your 15-year-old, right? And he learns from Andrew Tate that that's the way that you need to treat and view women. Right? If any adult man in my family had found out that I treat women the way that Andrew Tate has taught me to treat women, they would knock my teeth out.
Agree. Agree. And that's the part
that
of the
would teach me not to treat women the way that he treats them.
That's the part of the conversation that always gets forgotten about. We don't talk about that portion of it, the at home and the guidance and that you're supposed to have. The problem with that is not everybody has that structure. And I'm not saying that will lead to anything negatively, because everybody has somebody in their life that should correct that type of behavior. There are things that are just not socially acceptable, and whether they're family members or people that you're having to work with or your friends, if you're around them long enough and you're doing something that's socially unacceptable, more times than not, somebody's going to tell you. They're going to check you on it, and you're going to find out the hard way. That's just how it works.
Well, and that was my point of, instead of deplatforming, what should happen, what I would hope would happen is these YouTubers or Twitch streamers or whoever, okay, people with an actual following, that those same young boys that are watching Andrew Tate on Aiden Ross's channel, that they go out and say, listen, this Andrew Tate guy is full of shit, and this is not what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Argue against it. Argue against it. Do what we're doing here today.
Beat it with facts. Yeah. Beat it with facts. You have people out here celebrating that he is that he's deplatformed, and they're not fighting it with facts. They're saying he's convicted of that trafficking. No, he's not convicted. He's only being investigated for it. Don't fight someone like him with falsehoods, because all you're going to do is you're going to ignite his fan base. Fight it with facts.
You see that Daz Games dude? He was trying to take credit for it.
Yeah. Oh, fuck him. Fuck him.
Yeah, you're giving.
He's a fame whore.
When you fight the wrong way, and I've said this a couple of times on this show, even like when some of the other co-hosts will make some jokes, even in a joking way, I'll be like, "That's not the way we fight." Yeah, that's not the way we fight. You got to always be cautious and careful of the way you fight. I mean, you put a foothold for somebody, they can grip, they can get a hold, they're able to hold on to something and make it not about what you're saying, and they can make it about how you said it. You just don't want to give them that. Oh, how long we've already got, an hour and a half in. Holy shit. Thank you guys so much for the fucking long goddamn show so far. 143 people up in here.
How the fuck did we talk about Andrew Tate for an hour and a half?
Effortless.
Because there's different nuances.
Andrew Tate is the Sigma. He's the Sigma, bro.
I think we've said a lot of different things, too. That was what I like about this. Everybody's come at it from slightly different angles or even in the same. It's been fun.
Can we end on Keemstar's take?
Yeah.
There's so many layers. There's so many layers to this Andrew Tate ban. Like, there's different layers. It's not black and white. It's people are being fucked up on both sides of it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Edwin, buddy, you going live next? I see him in the chat. People are asking about it. We'll get you nice and promoted up. Give you a little extra copious boost if we can. What's going on, Edwin? Good to see you there. Good to see everybody in the chat. Extra Point Studios, a tiny cookie plushie. How you doing? Stan Marsh. I fucking love Stan Marsh. Extra point, Javi J. I love all those guys. Delusional Asshole, Moonhag. You guys have been awesome to chat today. I really appreciate your faces. Douglas Hillgroth, Dead on Dave, you're absolutely right that Keem is a Picasso because of how he sees his works. Oh, yeah, that's just a arrogance. Nixie also wants to go ahead and throw it out there as a promotion for tonight. Watch along Monday Night Raw in our Discord. Come on in there. About an hour from now, we're going to be watching it. We'll have it open for you guys. Check out what's going on Monday Night Raw. All right. Nerdy John, play that shizzle.
All right.
The online world is a metaverse. It's in an alternative reality. I want you to imagine in the real world, there is an evil dictator, and this evil dictator is doing horrible things in his country. And he is getting criticism from opposing politicians and the journalists within the country. How the evil dictator responds, and we've seen this all throughout history, is by arresting those opposing politicians and those journalists and killing them, silencing them, so they can no longer oppose the evil dictator's view.
So, I was like, okay, I saw this earlier. And it's funny, Matt and I were talking about this right before the show, and it was a point that we weren't even going to get into because it's just fucking weird to me. But this is just me. I don't know why he would decide to link these two. Play the rest. Continue it.
Famous comedian Dave Chappelle once said that Twitter is not a real place. What he was referring to is that the online world it's a metaverse. It's an alternative reality. We don't even communicate online like we would in the real world. And online, there are dictators, those that are in power, those that are in control. And when they get criticism, when their worldview is being opposed, they also arrest and kill those people.
Pause.
They do it.
Okay. I was waiting for these last couple of words. I watched this whole video, right? And I was like, okay, please, I'm begging you. In my head, the only thing I was hoping that he wasn't going to say is banning. It was just like, don't say that, please. Play
the rest of it? Okay.
Play it.
By banning them.
No. They didn't murder. No. I get
metaphorically. It's a metaphor.
It's
a metaphor.
You see? It's so bad. It's
not literal. It's a metaphor.
It's so bad. Look at the seriousness of his face. Look at the way he's trying to really pull the point in. By banning them. It's so dramatic and over the fucking top, Matt.
Okay, let me make a point. When you're banning somebody, you are killing them. You're killing their bank account. You're killing their bank account. Their bank account is
You're killing their puppies, okay? You're killing their puppies. Killing their kittens.
I was going to say that there is that saying.
Go ahead, Beavers.
I was going to say there is that saying that taking away a man's income is as good as killing him.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle also said that recently too, but stop it. Edwins, yeah. And by the way, that was used to justify violent act. That was used to justify a violent act against a child. I'm just saying, or a young person. Just a young Dave Chappelle. Just say it. That's how it was used to justify a violent act. Edwins, how you doing, pal?
Good. Yeah, you die in the metaverse, you die in real life, you die on the internet, right?
Dude, yeah, it's like Sword Art Online.
It's the Matrix, man.
It's the
Matrix.
I caught most of the stream, and I tend to agree with what Dave has been saying. I feel like a lot of this conversation is switching to deplatforming as opposed to like what is actually being said by Andrew Tate here. Because a lot of people, do they actually know what he's saying, or are they just going for the deplatforming narrative? That's what I'm kind of seeing.
We're finding that out. We found that out tonight. I wasn't even trying to use that as a trap. I honestly thought if my no fucking researching ass found the video on the first click, everybody had to have seen it, and that's what we're talking about.
Look, I'm
not judging you, Matt. I'm not judging you.
I don't go looking for beating women videos, all right, Dave? That's you, buddy.
That's what I do. You got to wake up somehow, Matt.
I knew they exist. I watched Turkey Tom's video. He went into it a little bit, not too much. That's all I know about Andrew Tate. Turkey Tom's video.
Fair enough.
And I'm coming from a place too. I also don't know very much about him at all. I'm like so uninterested, but like the few clips even that you showed earlier, I'm like, whoa, that's something that most of us like in commentary would be like, hey, I would not go there. Like we acknowledge that, yet somehow people are surprised. It's like,
because at the end of the day, that's what you got to stand on and go, yep, I'm good with that.
This whole Andrew Tate subject is weird because it's uninteresting and interesting at the same time.
I have no paradox.
I have no energy to go watch Andrew Tate videos.
I hate the guy.
He's
so obnoxious
at all.
Like,
I think he's a flash in the pan. I think he's worse than Milo Yiannopoulos. I think Milo Yiannopoulos probably had more of a stronghold than Andrew Tate will have.
Milo,
you didn't like.
He's a hack in terms of like the male guru aspect of it, where he's like, I'm going to teach you how to get bitches.
Yes. But we literally sat here and we talked for almost 2 hours about Andrew Tate. So there's something interesting about this situation.
I'm doing two whole shows about it tomorrow.
Because there's relatability. We're all creators.
I'm a woman.
Well, we're all creators, and we're like whatever you want to say it. But we're all creators on this fucking platform, so we all have that inherent. Oh, well, we got to fucking think about our money here. We got to think about how this might affect us because we're all a little bit selfish in that, and that's completely understandable. We got to protect what we have a little bit, but at the same time, it's like. It's like there's that fun aspect of it that we all have. It's the butts. It's the butt puckering moments where you get to show that video and everybody's sphincter gets a little tighter because of it. I fucking live for that shit, man.
I think Andrew Tate and Keffel should have a kickboxing match. Whoever wins stays on the platform and they're considered king.
Thunderdome.
They're considered king.
Thunderdome
weapons
style.
are used.
Weapons
Weapons allowed. Like you can have a partner come in and like attack them all like. Full on rules, like whoever wins rules the platform.
If Andrew Tate's in the S&M fucking kink thing, the Keffels ain't got a chance. Them bitches will fucking go to the mat. Literally, they'll lick some toes and shit in defense. Yeah, you fuck that.
Well,
yes!
no, it's funny because like allegedly Keffels has been a dominatrix herself.
Yes. Oh, this could be an amazing fight. Pay-per-view worthy. I'm loving it. Let's go. The advertising alone would be incredible. But the loser, and this is just my opinion here, I think the stakes need to be high. The loser must be thrown in an active volcano.
Ooh.
Too much?
I'm down for that.
All right, yeah, okay, good.
Andrew Tate would beat the fuck out of that volcano. He's not even scared, bro.
Okay, I thought you were gonna go with Keffels. That's Edwin. I like you, man. You could have went with
that wasn't Edwin. That was Beavers.
Oh, Beavers. I'm sorry. I was trying to suck off Edwin. Beavers. What a terrible joke. You're not Edwin. That was a terrible joke.
You confuse a South African and a Latino, man.
Well, because I don't see colors, John. Maybe I see everyone the same. I hear everyone the same, bud. You racist.
Andrew Tate wrote a book and he said like he went to the mountains of like in some Asian mountains to like go train and he trained what it felt like 20 years and like a year or something like that. Like he said some weird shit.
Did he really?
Like,
yeah.
Oh.
He went to the hyperbolic time
He's trying to be Chuck Norris.
His father was like a military, black military chess player who beat grandmasters.
Yet never got the title. That was really weird that he never got the title of grandmaster. But yeah, he should have got the title before he died.
You know Andrew Tate is fucking retarded though. He tells that story about when him and his brother were like broke, right? And they were like down on their luck and they used to go to like a KFC and they'd wait for people to finish their buckets of chicken, right? And then whatever chicken they had left in it, they would eat that with rice. Right? So that he apparently lived an entire year doing that. Because he didn't have cash.
Okay.
Well, too bad for him. He didn't learn fucking humility.
I'm waiting for the punchline.
I just look at this. Okay, no, but I look at this guy and I'm like, he does know that he was in the UK at this time, right? So he does know that like all the like convenience stores like throw away perfectly good food because it passed its best before date.
Yes.
Like, why didn't he just do that? Instead, he ate other people's manky chicken. He's really not smart.
Just that good.
Have you ever had KFC? It's finger licking good.
Also,
maybe
other people's fingers.
Andrew Tate was born in America, but moved to England, so his accent is so jacked up and weird.
Yeah.
It sounds so weird.
Yeah, his parents divorced, and he went to live with his mother in the UK. Yep.
Well, that's probably explains what's wrong with him right there. He went to the UK. That's what it does to you. It turns you into that type of fucking guy. That's what you want. That's what you want to be like. Move to the UK. All right, let's start wrapping this shit show up. Beavers,
Hell yeah.
promote your shit. Tell people where they can find you and all that good stuff. Thank you for being here today.
You can find me on Now Recording with Matt Pitt and Toxic Piplub on the channel Toxic Piplub.
Oh, yeah, you're the guy I always forget the name of as the third dude in there. I'm sorry, Beavers. That's right. Yeah, it's good to have
Wow,
you.
thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's Matt Pitt, Toxic Piplup, and that other guy. Now I can say Beavers. That's good.
Yeah, they just had a podcast where Beavers was like drooling over this e-girl. It was like, whoa. It was a next level podcast. You should check it out. It's the cute kitten, and then they're all like, "Oh, your titties!" Like, I was like, "Whoa, man!"
Yeah, we were all. Oh, I mean, we were all drooling, honestly.
Big simping, spanding cheese.
I don't even know how to summarize. Yep.
Yeah,
it's fucking good stuff. Edwin, tell the people where they can find you. You going live tonight?
Not tonight. The weekend is like the set date that I do the shows where all the chaos happens. This past weekend, I had Keemstar yell at a woman, okay, a Twitch streamer. It was kind of wild. Had to boot him, but unpredictable stuff. So just next weekend, probably for sure.
That's right. You see the announcement of Fireball Part 2?
Oh yeah.
I want a partner. I need a partner to do that. I don't know who to get as a partner.
I don't know. You got to find the good shit talkers. I'm gonna recuse myself from it. I just don't think it's my playground. I didn't know what I was walking into in the first one, and as much fun as I had, I just want to see the chaos. And this one looks like it's gonna be completely combative. I'm gonna let you kids run with that.
I feel you. I think I'm on the fence too, but yeah. So you're not in. I'm on the fence, and Xylee's definitely in. Okay, cool.
I mean, I'm in, but I need a partner to be in.
Do you want to go girl power, or do you want to win? I mean, do you want to go with a guy?
I don't know, because honestly, girl power isn't going to get me the win. I already know the audience.
Yeah, see, I made the joke, but she made it real. Yes.
That's true.
Girl power is not going to, vaginas together is not going to win. I know that
You're
already.
You're going to lose your V card there, fucking Xylee. What's going on there?
Never. I'm the queen in this bitch.
Your vagina card.
The vagina card. All right, Xylee, what is up with you? What are you doing? Tell the people they can find you and all that good shit. Welcome back.
Okay.
Again,
thank you. The channel, of course, Xylee Gets Real. Tonight at midnight, I am going live. We're going to talk about, I believe we're going to go over Death Noodle's podcast today, talking about his ban on Twitch, because he said some pretty stupid stuff in there. And at 8 o'clock, I'm going to be at Minxie's channel. She's going to be doing an interview with me. So I will be over at Minxie's chat at 8 p.m.
Nice. Congratulations there, Minxie. You got a good interview. You got a good land. Xylee's awesome. I love Minxie. She's awesome. That's fantastic. Matt Pitts, what do you got going on, my friend?
Same with Beavers. Check out Now Recording on Toxic Piplup's channel. We just released an episode going over Death Noodles, Mama Max, and Meowba, and a bunch of other things. And then we got another interview coming out soon. Interview with, I'll just say it right now, interview with Bo Black.
Bo Black!
So that's coming out soon.
That's right.
So yeah, so we got that coming out. And yeah, check out Now Recording, and also check out Shot from the Point tomorrow, hopefully 3 p.m. Eastern.
Back and bigger than ever. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you guys for kicking ass with me. And we will see you next time. Go ahead and mute, and we'll see you on the other side.
Oh.
Thank you guys in the chat for again lighting us up and keeping this shit fire. You know that you're always the objects of my desire. We've gone and had a lot of fun, and you know it is just time to run. It was one of those weird nights where we had to talk about weird shit. Andrew Tate definitely fits that. There's no doubt about it. We got controversial, we got crazy, and you know that it's true. The one thing that you can never deny is that Dave loves you. I don't know. I was channeling my inner Nipsey Russell. You either get that or you don't. I appreciate you so much for lighting up my chat. Hit that like button on the way out. Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. Start taking us home. Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Raw. You want to get your hands on it. You want to come watch it with us in the Discord. We're going to be there. Also, House of the Dragon content coming soon. We got a lot to talk about there. I've seen it. We're going to watch it again. Me, Nixie, Fake Ass Twat. We're going to get into that. Real Talk, take us home. I'll see you guys on the other side. Keep it copious. Good night.
I'm higher than a dinosaur. She Oreo like Baltimore. I taught him what I know. That make me feel like I was Gryffindor. Get your game right. She hot. I call her sunlight. With lips like she's Brad's wife. I ask her cost a crash site. But that's the way it is. I guess I play protagonist. This shit will never change. I'ma go out with her. This may be everything I'm dreaming. I wake up, my superstition say the government been scheming. Here we go. This must be everything I'm dreaming. I wake up, my superstition say the government been scheming. Here we go. I roll up, they say the city lights is feeling me. My girl, she super real. She think that ain't nobody cool as me. Flying in Pacifics, I'll be ripping till I'm gone. I sit back and blaze away like I'm Akeem Olajuwon. Yeah, da da da. Yeah, da da da. Hip hop, I'm real talk. Hip hop, I'm real talk. Da da da.
Good little J Philly.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new world. You dig?
You know we do dig. We absolutely do dig. This was one of those shows. I'm glad that we did. I was a little bit worried about because I didn't know a lot about Andrew Tate. Or Adam Tate, fuckhead, fuckery, fuck, whatever it's to, Andrew Tate. But I think we navigated it well. We hit all sides as well as we could. I appreciate everybody who donated. I appreciate everybody who's become a Mush Puff Club member, whether you're Elite, Life, or any of the other tiers. Make sure you get your perks because I'll forget. So thank you guys so much. Here's a rip on the way out. Have a fantastic night. Remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. I love you, Mush Puffs. Hit that like button. Don't leave it hanging. Tell the world. Tell the world. Tell the world. Good night.